Welcome to today's video. Make sure you visit podcastformarketers.com for more information. Over there, I have a really kick-ass course on how you can make at least a few grand a month on simple reoccurring revenue, right? And that's called Freedom Funnels. And make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel, man. I'm put out videos every day, so you don't want to miss what I put up because I put out some pretty kick-ass content. And man, I always want you guys to comment below, man. I absolutely love all the comments you guys bring. Let me know what you're thinking. If you have any questions, I'm always in the comment section. I really love the community. Let's get into the video. So today I wanted to kind of put together what I've been talking about over the past few days during this series. And the third thing, this is, it's kind of like a launch sequence, right? Because I am coming out with the course, and I'll be sending that out in emails and in my squad, and I'll probably put a link down below for you to get in early, okay? So people that get in early now will get a 50% discount. If you wait until I actually release the course in about a week or so, you'll be paying full price. So, I like to be full disclosure. I don't want to be sneaky about what I'm doing, right? But if you watch the last couple of videos that I've done, and then I'm actually going to post up some of the special videos that I did in my squad that broke things down a lot more. I'm going to post some of those up as a special bonus to my YouTube viewers as well, okay? So first, I wanted to show you the SRDS, right? And now I learned this myself. Now, there was a guy named Vincent something or another. Russell Brunson did an interview on him almost 10 years ago, it seems like now. And it was about a guy that made $77 million in 23 months. And how he did it was putting ads in magazines and selling get harder and longer pills. It is exactly what it sounds like, right? And women for breast enlargement pills, right? Now, whether or not that worked or not, we don't know, but that's not the point. People sell those pills all the time. And his whole thing got torn down by a jealous, this is a whole different story, but by a jealous limo driver that really wanted to have everything he had, and he brought his whole thing down. They got him for like money laundering or something like that. Because while they froze all of his assets, this is a side story, while they froze all of his assets, he got a loan, well, not a loan, somebody owed him a couple $100,000. So like, well, wait a minute. That couple $100,000, you probably got that illegally too. So you're laundering money by getting the money from somebody else. So they cracked it for money laundering for just that reason, right? So that's just a little side story to kind of give you where this came from, because I looked him up and I saw the case. So it was real. 23 months for over $100 million. Okay. It was 77 million that they counted, but he said it was over 100 million. I believe him. Think about that. Not 1 million, 77 million. Okay. And the one thing that he said was that if you're doing something good online, if you have courses or a product, an information or product or supplements or whatever that are selling online, why wouldn't you go offline? And I was like, wow, and it just really kind of hit home with me. And as I learn, I give, right? I'm unlike anybody else on the internet when it comes to that. As I learn, I give it to you as I get it. And I never understood the fact, the whole, like, keep this a secret. You don't want anybody to know. There's nothing secret. Everybody knows about it. And there's enough money for everybody to go around, man. I'll never forget, trying to keep a secret from friends of mine. We were actually, what were we selling? Some kind of widget. I can't remember, but they found out that I was selling this widget. And when they started selling the widget, now I normally was making about $1,200 a day, right? And when they start selling the same thing, I still made my $1,200 a day. It doesn't matter. Some people will figure out a reason to buy from somebody else. They'll tell friends. They bring in more friends. The more people that know about whatever is going on, they'll bring friends, right? So, you don't just say to keep my YouTube channel to yourself. If you felt like it was something good, you share it. You want other people to know, right? So it doesn't matter. So first I wanted to show you the SRDS. And me doing my research, I was like, man, listen, now these videos were 10 years old. I need to do my research and find out, is this current? Because before I bring it to the squad, if I haven't done it yet, right, then I also want to do the research to find out, is it plausible? So before, I did anything, before I brought it to you, I had to, first of all, look and see if it was plausible. Second of all, I had to check and see and do it, right? So the first thing I wanted to do is show you SRDS. Now, this used to be a big buck, but now they're online. And it's not cheap to get in. It's $1,000 a year just for direct marketing, right? So they have an online media thing, and you see here to join just for direct marketing. It starts from $1,016 a year, okay? And it shows you over 65,000 lists and rental opportunities, right? And they send you emails every day and tell you new people that are on the list and everything. I'm still saying, I don't know, right? And so I joined, all right? But I want to show you a way. So if you don't, first of all, believe me, right? You guys all know I've told you about Nextmark before. And so you come here and you search for consumers and postal mail. And I'm going to just search for biocentric, right? Because I know that this is a list that exists. So these are for, these are active magazine readers, right? So I don't want that. I want buyers, okay? That's the number one thing that you want to find out about a list is I want buyers. These are 10,000 buyers, right? So now this tells you that they were sold 100% on direct mail, and they're a preferred provider. They're 48% female, 47% male, and the average order is $125. But, I want to go a little bit more and kind of show you something a little bit more awesome, some more awesomeness from this. So if you want to know if they are current, here's a total universe for this buyers list, Biocentric Health Product Buyers List. And here is 12,195 buyers for the third quarter of 2017, right? And so let's start doing a little bit of math, right? So the average order here is $83. So we got 12,000, a bunch of noise, and 195 times 80, clear. Let's just clear that all together. So 12,195 times $83. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of numbers right there, right? So that's what they did, right? What's that, 10 million bucks? Or that's $1 million bucks. $1 million and some change there that they did in the third quarter, right? But you still might say, well, Sonny, who are these people? These are older people that buy health supplements, right? And so if you were inside of my squad, you saw that I talked about how you can keep these people buying more supplements, but that's not even good enough for you. So I dug a little bit more, and I wanted to show you not just quarterly, but I wanted to show you an actual number for November, right? So this is Dr. Noel Health Products, and they actually have a link to their products. You can look him up. They actually have to show you what their products look like. Now, doing this is a good kitchen table business, right? And so sending out letters will cost you about 49 cents each for a number 10 envelope, right? And so how you do a test is you would send out 1,000 times 0.49 will come up with a $490 to send out your envelopes, right? To send out that first test product, right? So that's $500. Now you want to say, well, Sonny, I don't have $500. Well, I'm so sorry. So now here's, yeah, it's true. I don't want to like give them some false hope. Like you can do this without money. You can't. There is an investment involved. About the shittiest response that you can get, if we all can agree on something, would be 1%. Now, you can get a less than 1% response rate, but let's just say you get a 1% response rate, which is pretty shitty, okay? We would want a much more lift than that, right? So let's hit a times 1%. That equals 4.9, right? People that would purchase your product, right? And then what we want to hit is a times $83, right? So you would take a loss on that, okay? So let's just raise the cost of our product to the average order of $125, and that would give you an even Steven number. But remember, the front end is not what we care about. What do we care about? Upsells and back end, right? And that's where your money would come in. So if you're going to have, 1% response, or excuse me, I did that wrong. Excuse me, 1,000. My bad. My math is wrong. Let's get that math right. I always got people checking me for my math, but they didn't say nothing this time. That was the cost. Excuse me. It would be 1,000 times 1%, right? Equals 10 people times 83 bucks. Now we're getting better numbers, right? That's $830. So that's even better than my first 0.5%. The other one was a 0.5% response, and you still almost broke even. A shitty response rate at 0.5 of a 1%, Jesus. That's like somebody that can't write a sales letter. But if you can write a decent sales letter, you're going to get at least a 1% response. So you can see here, if you test and you get double your money back, that's cool. Even if you get a fucked up response rate. Now, here's the thing. How can you figure out how much you can price your products? Well, they tell you what the average price is and how much they purchase stuff inside of the SRDS, right? So these are good kitchen table businesses, right? And you want to ask me, well, here's 100% direct mail sold. In other words, they're sending letters to these people's houses and they're buying shit. And in November, October, and September, they had a really good even number of now the list will cost you some money at $140 per 1,000 names. So this list right here would cost you $280, and you would take not a serious loss, but you would take a hit. But they tell you what the average price was, right? So we looked at before, like you can see here, the average order was $83, and that's where I got that number. But some of them say $125. Okay, so we also have upsells here that some people will take 3 bottles, some people will take 6 bottles, right? And they call into an 800 number, and there'll only be 10 people calling. So I suggest you take the call yourself. Now you'll need a script. Excuse me. Hey, thanks for calling ABC Supplements. You're calling about our Heart Vitality Supplement, correct? Right. Now, how many bottles would you like for that? We have a special for blah, 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 and you have a script. Now, I'm going to be giving you the script inside the class, right? So, of course, I got to give you that hook. But anyways, this is a good kitchen table business right now. I would tell you to run this backwards. So if it's working offline, why wouldn't it work online? So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that you have to think differently with a traffic portfolio. And now I normally talk about a traffic portfolio in the case with, like, let's just say somebody complimented me. They're like, hey, man, are you drawing with your mouse? If so, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm doing all this with my mouse, dude. I'm really awesome with my mouse. All right, so can you draw nice, smooth lines with your mouse like that? If you can't, then yeah, you're not awesome. I'm awesome. So, no, dude, I'm not drawing with my mouse. All right, so I used to think that too, though. But I see other people like, how are they doing that with their mouse, All right, so the first thing I want to talk about, when you have a traffic portfolio And if something is doing good offline, it will do good online. But the next thing I want to tell you about is an age demographic. Okay. So your age demo. When you start selling products to older people, it's not that they don't know how to use the internet. It's not that they don't know how to use mobile phones. They do. But what's the importance to them at that point, right? So to give you an example, I'm right here in the middle, right? I'm an old guy. And I'm going to tell you that the internet is pretty fucking important to me, right? But I'm going to set you guys down here, you know, young chickens. All right, you guys are spring chickens, right? And cocks, right? COQ, that's spelled like that. That means you're a male chicken. Okay, wait. We'll say roosters. Because cocks is a bad word in English, right? All right, so we'll say roosters. You guys are spring chickens, and I'm going to put you with a 100% you can't live without internet, right? But for me, I'm going to take that number to about 70%. Okay, and for my mom's age, which is starting to be a senior, I don't want to say old, she's a senior, okay, a fucking knowledgeable chicken, right? Her interest in the internet is 0%, but that's my mom, and she's an asshole. So I'm going to say, yeah, she is when it comes to the internet, so yeah, because she will not get on there, and I wanted to get on there and see the grandkids, or great-grandkids, and she won't do it. Now, but normal moms about this time, they know how to use the internet, but I'm going to just take a guess and say, hey man, 30% of the time, they don't have to be on there every 5 minutes, right? My great grandmother, she's 101 years old. We're going to just put her in the hell of a lucky category right here. She's not lucky. She's not senior. She's lucky that she's 101. Her interest is 0%. She doesn't care. I never forget when I told her, she says, Sonny, where you living right now? I says, I'm in Paris. Oh, I can't even pronounce the word, you know. I love my grandma, man. She's awesome. You talk to grandma over the phone and you just feel the love over the phone, man. It's just, I'm serious. I feel like her embracing my heart inside my gut. She's so awesome, my grandma. She says, I can't even pronounce the word. She doesn't care about internet or anything like that. And to give you another quote that she said, just so you can take with you, and I tell everybody this because I want to pass on her knowledge, is that she says, Sonny, are you happy? I said, yeah, Grandma, I'm really happy. And she says, if you're happy, then you stay over there where you are because, you know, that happiness, man, you got to leave that thing alone. She says, you know, I don't want you coming over here staying with me and making me miserable. So if you happy, I'm happy. You stay over there because happiness is a hard thing to find. So if you happy, you stay over there and leave that thing alone. So I love my grandma for that because her and my mom always ask me because I live in France. So she's always saying, when you coming home? When you coming home? But she said, I'm going to stop asking you that because if you're happy, you need to stay your ass over there and leave me here because you come home and they make me miserable and sad because you sad and you rather be over there. So 101-year-old knowledge right there. Love my grandma. Shout out, even though she's like 0% interested in the internet. So now, this is what I'm going to look at right here. So if you're and to give you to give you an idea of the money situation here, it goes in the opposite direction. So the money, let's give this a money category right here. Let's talk about how much money these people have. So we're going to leave $1 sign here. Here we're going to leave $2 signs. And here we're going to leave $3 signs, okay? And the interest here is still 0. Grandma don't care about spending money, having it, what she can do with it. It doesn't matter, right? So this isn't our demographic at all. But these people have disposable income and discretionary funds available to spend, and they want to spend it, right? And they care about their health, and they care about, let's say, aches and pains and chronic pain and, staying healthy as long as they can because they know, hey, they're about to be in my grandma's category of lucky to be alive still, right? So they're trying to extend their lives as long as possible and they have discretionary income, but they only care about the internet about 30% of the time that these people do. Now, let's talk about a younger supplement though. Now, we know that this worked, okay? So we can just say a big cha-ching here, right? So, we love cha-chings, right? So we'll just put a cha-ching here. Okay? We're going to put a big cha-ching here. and say, okay, so we know that we're making money here, right? But how can we bring that here and still do the same thing? Well, right here we're selling health supplements, and we're selling stuff so people can maybe extend life and get rid of chronic pain. But millennials are interested in health, right? But what can we do with them to get a cha-ching, right? We can bring it online, okay? And we want a cha-ching here. We can bring it online, and they're interested in maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So we can talk about muscle building and, let's just put buff dude stuff, right? Online. So healthy drinking, those drink supplements like Organifi and green drinks and things like that. They'll purchase that stuff so we can bring, if we know that it works offline, and I just showed you proof that it does, right? Because I think I can't log you into SRDS because I think they have a rule against that, so I don't want to get busted. If not, I'll log in. I'll do the research, and if I can, I'll log in and let you guys see that. All right, so we take it, and this is a traffic portfolio. Okay, this is a real traffic portfolio. So, and listening to Vincent talking, he was like, infomercials are the ultimate, right? And that's like where you want to go, and you can't get any bigger than that. I would tend to agree with that, disagree with that now, because I don't think infomercials are as big as they were. But I do agree that TV is still huge. How they're presenting it on TV, I don't know. But I would think that it's more like the Home Shopping Network or that type of thing, right? And things that we don't think about because our whole thing is online. Okay? That's all we think about. We think about the traffic portfolio online like Google or Bing or Facebook or Taboola, native ads or whatever. We think about a traffic portfolio like that, but we never think about direct mailers or phone blast. Okay, or SMS blast. Okay, we never think about that type of thing going offline. Or what about magazine ads? You think magazine ads are dead, then you're wrong. They're not. I've done the research. Magazine ads still work, right? So if you have an informational product about working online, right, and one that I just came up with yesterday, and I cannot vet this product yet, but what if you put a full page ad in Entrepreneur Magazine about how to build your own apps with no code? You don't have to know how to code to build an app to start getting funding, right? And get some of that Silicon Valley money, right? So what if you had an informational product like that and what they call a two-step ad, right? So I'm going to give you this game really quickly, and the rest of it's going to go in the squad. So if you're not in the squad at funnelhackerpro.com, then you need to go join right now, okay? And give me a thumbs up on this video, man, because this is some awesome content. And go back in other videos, man, and smash that fucking like button because I'm giving up some really good game right here. All right, so, and as always comment below. If you've made it this long, man, comment below, man, and just, let me know your thoughts on this entire thing, man, and if you plan on doing something with it. I appreciate your comments, and it keeps me motivated. All right, so now that we're talking about what you can do in a magazine ad, you take the same offline techniques, right? And it's called a two-step, okay? And so it's a lead generation ad, right? So you just take a 3/4 page ad, and they're not as expensive as you think they are, right? So a full page ad in Entrepreneur Magazine is $1,500, $1,551, right? Depending on what locality. So you can just say, I just want to go in New York, or I just want to go in Alabama or whatever. So you don't have to push nationwide. If you go nationwide, it's 20 grand. But that's not expensive when you consider the reach, right? But if you just want to go in New York or Los Angeles or whatever demo, wherever you want to go, it's $1,500. So a 3/4 page ad probably won't run you any more than $500 or something like that, right? I'm gonna still say 300, $300 to $500 for a third page, right? An ad, right? So it's not as expensive if you want to, right? So you run that same ad copy. Okay, so if you would like our free DVD, a class on how you can code with make an app with no code, okay? Call this 800 number. I didn't say go to a website. Call this 800 number, leave your name and address, and we'll send you this free DVD, right? Now, if you want to get in their pockets, then leave an 800 number that will send them to a website, right? Why am I putting so many steps in there? Because these are micro commitments. So send them to my website is freeonlinegift.net, right? And then they go there and they have a tiny little shipping fee of $6.95 to receive this free DVD or MP3 player or a thumb drive with the information and PDFs on how to get started and the tools that I use to start coding. Now, when you send that, you also send a ride-along sales letter, 8 pages, 8 to 12 page, full-on sales letter right there. Make your move right now. It's a 2-step process. So first they come and get the free information. You send them that, you send a ride along, or not too long after that, you send an 8 to 12 page sales letter, right? So you're getting leads right now that have a credit card because they pay for the free plus shipping. And now we send them the ride along of the entire process of getting online, doing an app for an information product, right? So what I'm doing is showing you that that's how they do it online. They send you a blog post, right, first, or they sell you a book for free plus shipping online, and then they try to sell you, they send you to a free training, and they try to sell you the whole kit and caboodle for $1,700 or whatever it is, right? So it's the same thing. You use the same methods offline. If it's working for Ty Lopez online, then it's working for Ty Lopez offline, is what I'm trying to tell you. If it's working for Les Brown online, then it's working for him offline. So what I'm trying to do is get you to understand that there's a lot of things going on that you're not paying attention to, and I want you to. All right? So I'm going to coffee break y'all's asses right now, but if you want to know more about copywriting and working offline and starting a new kitchen table, coffee break.